This is a Mother's Day story. I want to start with a heartfelt message for my mom. Hi, Mom. This is about how I get questions answered in this world. I have two sources. First, ChatGPT, the biggest AI site by far. Some people say it's taking over the world. And the second source is my 94-year-old mom, who not only has all her marbles, she has more marbles than anyone I know. And she knows how to answer questions because she has 5 kids, 12 grandkids, and a bunch of great-grandkids with more on the way. So I want to compare these two sources on a few important subjects. First, the weather. I wanted to know about the weather tonight in Chicago, so I checked AI. And it said, tonight in Chicago's North Center neighborhood, temperatures will be high near 58, low near 44. The day will likely feature a mix of sun and clouds, with some forecasts showing increasing clouds and a 10 to 25% chance of showers, particularly in the afternoon or evening. I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, I don't need a whole novel, just an answer. So I called my mom, and she said, wear a jacket and long sleeves. It's not summer yet. Next, I know that you all really care about how storytellers dress. Not me, other storytellers. I asked AI, where can I get high quality and affordable shoes within 20 minutes from where I live? And I plug in my address. The AI site has 5 recommendations, and then general tips on budget, foot width, foot pain, and premium shoes. Then I ask my mom. She has a totally different idea. Based on her information, she says, go to Waxburg's on Dempster in Morton Grove. That's it. I say, where is it? And she says, you know that pancake place where we used to take your kids like 15 years ago? I say, yeah, you mean Cappy's. She says, yeah, it's just east of there. So I went to the shoe store, and I got these shoes, got a good deal on them, good service, easy to park. Mom was right. And I saved so much money that at 3 in the afternoon, I treated myself to pancakes at Cappy's. And then I walked some of that off with my new shoes. It was great. My next question, I hope there's no surveillance here. How would you evaluate the President of the United States at the moment? ChatGPT says, evaluating any president at the moment depends heavily on which criteria matters most to you. A fair assessment usually looks at several dimensions, which include economic priorities, immigration enforcement, and foreign policy style. In other words, they're scared to take a stand. So I call my mom. Say, what about the president? And she says, Jesus Christ, this guy's terrible. I fear for our country. Now, AI doesn't deliver a lot of nuance or context, and I know my mom understands that. I can't make jokes about this, but this week the president threatened to bomb the hell out of Iran if no deal is made on the war, insulted the Pope again, described our economy as roaring, talked about nuclear war with children, said he considers it treasonous for people to say the United States is not winning the war, and because he wants this, Republicans have proposed a $1 billion bill for public funds to pay for his ballroom. It's only Thursday, folks. There's going to be more. I am not sure how this brings our country together. I suggest marijuana and then maybe some pancakes from Cappy's. So, my mom was right about the weather, my shoes, and the president. Well, this is one more touchy subject to bring up, Mother's Day. There's a lot of guilt. Everyone wants to thank Mom for all those little things, you know, like giving birth, taking care of you when you were a kid, putting up with all the ups and downs. You want to make it special. So I go to AI and I say, what do you recommend for Mother's Day? And do you think it's an important holiday? And you know they don't want to offend anyone, so they have ideas. A family legacy celebration, a memory book, a recorded video tribute, even meal delivery subscriptions. Or take Mom out to a special brunch, because there's nothing Mom likes more than overpriced runny eggs in a crowded restaurant. But AI is missing something here, which my mom really appreciates. Ask her what she wants, or she'll just tell you. So I did just that. I called my mom. I said, "Hey, Mom." And she says, "Hey, Dad, can I call you back in a little bit? I'm watching Jeopardy." So she called me back, and I asked her about Mother's Day. And my mom says, "Mother's Day is just a dumb Hallmark holiday." Okay? "I don't want it to be a big deal. Why don't you just come over for coffee like you do every week?" So I do. It's what she really wants. So finally, I ask AI about something important. I ask, is there any truth to saying mother knows best? According to ChatGPT, mothers knows best is a cultural phrase, not a scientific principle. It captures a real idea that mothers often develop strong intuition about their children, but it also overstates things in a way that isn't consistently true. Well, AI is full of it. Mother does know best. At least she doesn't just rely on crap like data and algorithms. And just admit it, she knows stuff. She knows lots of stuff. I mean, just look at these shoes. Thanks.